everyone, I'm Dean and I'm the digital influencer for Disability Arts Online, and with me today is John Kelly, who I interviewed before last year, and well, this time he's just done a major show, like where performed in front of a big concert and all that. So yeah, how did it feel, like a big major concert?
Yeah, it was lovely. It was really, really nice. It was certainly above all expectations. It was a lovely crowd and a lovely venue, and all my friends were there and people I've known all my life, really. So it was a really special night, and yeah, I'm sort of a bit knackered now, to be honest, but it was lots of memories have been made.
For some reason, I just knew Helen Bryle was going to be. I was like, is she going to be there? Because I know she did, she recorded the album with you and all that, and backing vocals and doing the instruments and all that. As soon as I saw her walk, I was like, oh my God, Helen! I just called out and all that.
Very, very talented musician, beautiful singer, and I'm blessed lucky to work with her and the whole band, really. Got a good little team of musicians. They're all very talented.
I saw, it's amazing. Also, I just want to say, when I first heard the music that you were performing last night, there are some things that almost brought me to tears because, I know it kind of gave off that symphonic, Celtic kind of vibe. Had that vibe to it, and I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. And then of course there's whose side are you on?
Yeah.
And so have you done any is that the first big concert you ever did in your career, or?
Well, I've been really lucky because I've been sort of gigging and playing for best part of 35 years. So I've been really lucky that I've been able to tour and play lots of venues. I've played some big stadium gigs and played at Wembley Arena and the Olympic Stadium. So I've done some massive gigs, but I'm sure about 4 years ago I'd always done it as part of a bigger show, a bigger organisation supporting me.
Yeah.
So really great disability arts organisations that supported me. And on my own I've been sort of playing pubs and clubs. Right. About 4 years ago I made a sort of decision that, reasons to be cheerful that I'd done with Grey I'd just sort of come to the end of its run. And I had a tour of Extraordinary Bodies, and I think you've always got to be thinking ahead.
Yeah.
What's going to happen in a couple of years' time? Because all them sort of shows take years in development. So I kind of thought, well, actually, in a couple of years' time, Extraordinary Bodies will be doing a new show, Grey will be doing a new show, and what do I do? So I decided that I've got all these songs that I've written, and I wanted to do some more writing, and I thought, well, I've done all these gigs and I've got all this experience, but I've never done it as a solo artist on my own. So I wrote an application to a project by Folk Expo as a sort of mentoring program to be mentored by a pro artist, because I was earning money from gigging, but they said to me I had too much experience, so I got turned down from it. And I wrote to them and I said, no, I must have got the application wrong, because I know I've got loads of experience. I've played all over the world and I've done all these gigs, but I've got no experience doing this on my own, as a solo artist. So they wrote back and said that was a brave step to come back at us and sort of say. And so Tom, who sort of leads Folk Expo, said that he'd give me some mentoring anyway, and he really helped me to sort of focus on what I needed to do. And I didn't have any content. You're a social media creator. And content, unfortunately these days, you've got to have it alongside all the gigs and the songs that you do. So he said, I looked at your profile, and my profile, I've done a lot in my life. I've done a lot of activist stuff, and people know me as for that. And some people know me for my stuff that I've done around education and the work I've done around inclusive education, particularly music education. So I've done quite a few bits and pieces. And he said, but no, you're not sticking out as a musician, although we know you're a musician.
Yeah.
So that's where I've got Anders. I've got Anders in to help me, Shipshape Marketing. And then I got my access to work application because I knew that I needed a lot more support with administration and that. Yeah, so tea and coffee making live on stage. So yeah, you know, it's amazing really, the journey I've been on to get to tonight. And like, to be honest with you, when we talked about the album, we thought we'd have a little launch in Morden where I live, like a local pub or something. And it just, you know, we did Folk Expo in Manchester, and we went down really well. And my little team grew a little bit more, and Bonnie joined us. Bonnie's a booking agent. And, you know, the sort of, the way that booking agents work wasn't really going to work for my kind of touring and packaging. So we've had a lot of conversations, and Bonnie stuck with us really, and really glad to be working with her to hopefully we're going to be booking a tour soon, or at least a number of gigs in concession to just reach new audiences, because that's what I've got to do now.
Yeah.
I've got lovely friends.
Yeah, I mean, do you do music on Spotify? Or?
Yeah, everywhere now.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere.
I was thinking, because like, my housemates, right, they have their own like radio stations or work for a radio station. Like one of my housemates has Sky Blue Radio, and they will have like their DJ, you know, nicknames and all that. I mean, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, but I was thinking like maybe I could try and get them to play some of your stuff on their radio show and all that.
Do you know, I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'd love it, because, you know, we've got a lot of radio played it. I've been really surprised, because I know that's really important.
I just feel like you don't get enough, you know, it's the kind of recognition you deserve, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do feel like quite lucky. I have had, you know, like we got on Mark Radcliffe's folk show, and that was a big thing for us. You know, national radio station. Yeah. And like Roots and Blues folk radio, they've supported us. Alan Ritson up in the Lincolnshire that way, they've all really supported us, and they played our songs. So I do get a lot of support, but obviously the more you can have, the you know, we talk about social media bubble.
Yeah, I mean, as a digital influencer, I feel like it's my duty to like, you know, get people involved. Cause I've done it a few times with like my friend who's an artist. Like, got him involved. Like, we usually take over his drawings and all that, and you know, so I'm trying to bring that little thing together. Like, and also after I got home from like seeing your show last night, I told one of my housemates like, "Oh my god, this guy John, he can play the guitar like anything," and I just actually saw his music perform for like the first time, his new album. And as I was talking, he was like, "You know what, Dean, I'd love to meet this guy sometime. I'll get my guitar and see if I can have a jam with him." It's like, yeah, try and work something out, you know.
Always up for a jam. Always up for a jam.
Yeah, a bit of a rocky guy like me as well. You know, long hair and
I'll bring the distortion pedal.
Yeah.